Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Shukdev Goswami says, O King Parikshit, Hiranyakashipu is teaching the science of soul and its connection with the material body. He said that the soul is always separate from material body, and following its previously performed karma obtains a particular type of body and experiences the results of karma. That is, goes on. Now, Hiranyakashipu himself is thinking that it is possible that these demons who are listening, my relatives and the mother, may think inside that I am a big demon. How do I know this science of the soul and talking of spirituality is correct? What I am talking is correct or not correct, I have to support, he thought. Then he's telling his mother, Oh mother, I said recite you ancient history which had taken place long, long ago and narrated to me by great sages. Just see, big demons, they take into sannyas life. They're big demons. And they quote scriptures. And they quote ancient sages to prove their talk. But they follow nothing. Just a show. That is not wanted in spiritual life. So this demon Hiranyakashipu, he's reciting an ancient history which was told to him by sages. He says, there was a Usinara kingdom, a king called Suyas. His name was Suyas. And he had a battle with his enemy and he got killed. His armor got pierced, his heart was shattered with sharp arrows, his arms got cut and he fell dead on the ground. All his relatives and his wives, they all came, surrounded his body. His body was smeared with blood, all blood everywhere. A ferocious form had taken place because after death is not normal face. They were all crying piteously. Very screaming cry, the wives were crying. So much lamentation, a screaming cry. Even those who onlookers, they felt pity and they even started crying. The wives were screaming at the destiny, Oh destiny, you are so merciless, you are cruel by nature, you took away our husband from us. They're saying like that. You gave us our husband, now you took away untimely. You are so merciless. Then they condemned themselves to themselves. They're criticizing themselves. They're saying that we are so unlucky, we have to be unfortunate. Such a good man who would become pleased just by little service we did to him. He was so good who took care of us and left us. Now, destiny has taken away from us. We are so unfortunate. They condemned themselves. Then they are crying, saying that, "Oh, dear husband, we are all your maid servants. Wherever you are going, please take us. We are honest servants of yours." In those days, kings could marry more than one wife. So this king had many wives. They did not even let his dead body be taken by his relatives to cremation. They were holding the body. So sun set, sun gone down. And the rule of cremation is, after sunset, you cannot cremate a dead body. Not possible. Therefore, the body remained lying there, and all these relatives and wives are screaming, crying for so long. This was seen by Yamaraj. Hiranyakashipu is telling this story history to console his mother and relatives. They're all demons except the mother. Mother is Brahmin. So, Lord Yamaraj is in charge of hell, is death personified. He took a small boy's form and reached there. And he said to them, "Look, you so surprising, you're crying, you're older than me, you have seen so many people died. And you know that everybody will die, and you are crying. I'm a young man, 5, 6 years old. I have not seen anybody die. I'm not crying. Why I have to cry? Because I know whoever takes birth has to die. Wherever one has come from, that place he has to return. So why we have to cry? Everybody has to die one day. I am so young, younger than you, and I understand that cycle of birth and death goes on. That is the law of nature. You don't understand. You are older than me. Amazing. I am becoming sad because of your seeing so pitiful cry. I'm becoming sad because you are so ignorant about the law of birth and death. This law goes on, the cycle of jana mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosanudarsanam. Chakram parivartantante dukkhani cha sukhani cha. All these miseries go on, and happiness goes on, up and down, and no problem. Nobody can live here eternally. Whoever is born, his death is certain. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Wherever one has come from, has to go back there. So, this fellow Suyas also came from some place to this world, has gone there. Why you have to cry? And you know, you're crying people, you will also die. If you lived forever, then your cry carries little value. This Yamaraj is talking in the form of small child. You will all die, therefore your cry has no value. Why you have to cry? The law of this material world is whoever is born has death is certain, has to die. Yamaraj, in the small form of a child, speaks further. We are better than you. I am although young, I am better than you. Because even though my mother and father kicked me out of the house, left me alone, and I am not scared of anyone because I know whoever protected me, took care of me when I was inside the womb, he will surely take care of me when I came out of the womb. Why you have to worry about it? Nobody can do anything against me. This material world is just a playground of the Supreme Lord. as a frivolous act, play, a child's play. He creates this world, maintains and destroys whenever he desires. Whenever our destiny is favorable, everything falls on place, everything goes nice. Whenever our destiny is reverse, going unfavorably, even our friends act against. Sometimes things, if everything goes favorably, then lost things are found. When destiny is unfavorable, everything goes unfavorably. Reverse, then even anything protected inside the locker within the house gets stolen or gets lost. If if death is coming, then even though he is protected, he or she inside the house, total protection, still dies. If somebody's death is not come, then even in the jungle or in fearsome atmosphere, survives. Devadhinam jagat sarvam. Everything is under control of the demigod or the destiny or the divine authority. Everybody's death is written as per their karma, and as per their previously performed karma, one is given birth in a particular body to experience their performed karma. Everything depends on karma. The soul living inside the body is not affected by birth and death. It remains untouched in all circumstances. Always the soul is away, separate from the body, as much as our house is separate from us. I'm not the house. Similarly, body is separate from the soul. I am the owner of the body. That's why I say my body. I don't say I body. Just like I don't say I house, I say my house. Just as air pervades everywhere and also in the nostrils, breathing. Just as fire pervades inside the wood and also separate from the fire. Similar is the situation of the soul and the body. Just as sky pervades everywhere, remains unaffected by everything material. Similarly, the soul residing in a material body using the senses remains unaffected by body and senses. Those who are ignorant, they lament. So you are all ignorant, the child. Yamaraj, in the form of child, 5-6-year-old saying, you are all ignorant, that's why you are crying for this man's departure. You are thinking his body is suyas. So he's lying in front of you, why you are crying? Suyas is somebody whom you had never seen. Suyas heard your words when he was in the body. Now he cannot hear. You had not seen Suyas. You only thought his body is Suyas. Suyas means a name of a king. Your body is in front of you. Why you are crying? Why you are lamenting so hard? You know you had never seen Suyas. You only thought his body is Suyas. That's why you are all ignorant. You are thinking the breathing body is Suyas. No, breathing is the symptom of the soul, he's telling. Actually, it is a fact. Breathing is not Suyas. Breathing is not the soul. breathing is the symptom of the soul. If breathing was the soul and the breathing heard and responded to your words, then a deep sleeper, one who is sleeping very deep, he or she is breathing, but he can't hear and can't talk to you. So breathing is not the soul. The soul uses the body and the senses and collects the karma. And as for karma, that same soul is put in a different category of body and experience the consequences of performed karma. And as soon as it acquires a body, accumulates more karma, unless he or she becomes a sincere devotee. You know, when soul is covered with 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 airs, prana, pan, bhyan, udan, saman, intelligence and mind. 17 items. See? Then it accumulates karma. When soul is tied by these 17 elements, accumulates karma. And then as per that karma, gets another body and suffers or enjoys perform karma of this life. Like that. One cannot get out of the Maya's clutches until one becomes a pure devotee. Those who understand the science of the soul, they become devotees. Material body is perishable. Why lament? After all this, Hiranyakashipu says, "O mother, hearing such young boys' words, the lamenting wives and relatives, they came to their senses, gathered their composer, and cremated the body and made his last ceremony correct. And Yamaraj also disappeared from there." Narada Muni says to Yudhishthir, this episode was asked by Yudhishthir. Episode came like that. First, Yudhishthir questioned Narada Muni. Narada Muni is telling all this, that Hiranyakasipu is talking to his mother, and Hiranyakasipu is telling that this little boy Yamaraj is talking to these lamenting people, and then again go back to Hiranyakasipu, and the Hiranyakasipu says, the Narada Muni is saying to Yudhishthir, "O Yudhishthir, after hearing the words from Hiranyakashipu, the mother and his relatives, they relinquished their lamentation and meditated on the Supreme Lord, focused their mind on the Supreme Lord." That's how it ended. Thank you very much.